Good afternoon, and welcome to Big Z Sports presentation of high school baseball. Today's game is presented by the Kime Company, Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, and Right Mark Roofing. Today's game is also brought to you by your local Wendy's, Wood Electric, Dover Brake, Kemp Insurance, your local McDonald's, Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, your local Subway restaurants, Dover Philly Credit Union, and the East Central Ohio Educational Center of East Central Ohio. Now let's head to the field with Big Z Sports.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to Big Z and WJER Sports' YouTube streaming of high school baseball action as backyard rivals New Philadelphia and Claymont battling today in the Twin Cities. I'm Bill Morgan with WJER Sports Director Bill Hammerstrom, set to bring you all the action. And Bill, when it comes to high school baseball, high school softball, sometimes some of these Saturday non-league matchups get kind of interesting. You may not have, especially the normal starting pitcher on the mound, and some of the guys who don't get to play as much, not always, but sometimes this is the case, will get a chance to play in these non-league/conference matchups.
Yeah, we had the lineups for the last time these two teams played, and they're much different today than they were the last time out, so I imagine we're going to see a lot of running on the base paths, a lot of challenging these infielders and catchers who weren't the catcher the last time these two teams played, not each other. And both these teams are coming into this game with a sour taste in their mouth from their last time out. For the Quakers, it was their first loss of the season yesterday against Carrollton. For the Mustangs, they lost to Strasburg. It was 8-5 going into the last inning. They gave up 4 runs, and both teams kind of lost late in those games by some of their own mistakes. I'm sure both coaches will want to see those corrected here today, and I think early on it's going to be key for both teams as they want to build some momentum after the tough outings last time around.
It is all a part of the Wood Electric pregame show, brought to you by Larry Wood and his great team at Wood Electric out on the west side of New Philadelphia. Coming up as our Saturday pregame show rolls on, I'll sit down with Quaker head coach Tyler Wisel, and following that, Bill talks with Claymont head coach Logan Addison. It's all on the way with Big Z and the sports voice of the Valley.
Save the date. Customer Appreciation Days are happening at Kime Home Center and Kime Mount Hope Hardware, April 13th through the 18th. Join us for a full week of celebrating you, our customers, with 10% off select items store-wide, live demos in the shop, gift card giveaways, food, and more. Visit us online at kimehome.com or follow Kime on Facebook for more details. We'll see you April 13th through the 18th for Customer Appreciation Days at Kime Home Center in Charm and Kime Mount Hope Hardware.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Right Mark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Right Mark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Down in the dugout with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley, brought to you by Cush Financial. New Philadelphia visiting Claymont in a Saturday afternoon matchup. Happy to be joined by Quaker head coach Tyler Wisel. I guess the challenging news, Coach, you guys lost your first game of the year yesterday, but today's a new day, chance to bounce right back against the Mustangs.
Yeah, absolutely. I told him last night the beauty about baseball is that, two things are going to happen. The sun's going to come up and we're going to have another game. It's not like some other sports where we have to wait a week to play, or we only play twice a week. We usually play typically 4 days a week. So this could be a good test for a good bounce for us. Moorhead told him last night, let's start another streak tomorrow.
Coach, when you talk about your baseball team, maybe for Mustang fans that are watching today or folks who are just hopping on the Big Z stream and haven't seen you so far, the positives of your team, the strengths here about a third of the way through the season.
Man, our pitching's been phenomenal. Even last night in the loss at Carrollton, we gave up 5 runs over 9 innings. I'll take that every day, twice on Sundays. Jackson Norris, 3-0 in the league. Owen Courtney, 3-0 in the league. Kale McBride, 2-0. We're throwing extremely well. Kane Oddie out of the back half. Braylon McBride in the back half. We've had a lot of guys step up. Jackson Martini back in the mound last night for the first time. So our pitching's been phenomenal. And that's not to undercut what our offense has done. We've stolen a lot of bags this year. Unofficially, I think we're on a record pace. I'd have to double check on that, but last night we had 12 hits. We had another 5 or 6 band balls that we hit hard, right at center fielder. When you got them playing with their backs in the fence, it's hard to get it to fall. So we've been doing the right things. We just got to bounce back and go.
Down in the dugout, brought to you by Cush Financial with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley. Talking with Quaker head coach Tyler Wisel. Coach, you mentioned, hey, here are some great things.
Okay, get this. Now at Wendy's, you get to go Biggie with new Biggie deals. That means going Biggie with the $4 Biggie Bites, Biggier with the $6 Biggie Bag, or Biggieest with an $8 Biggie Bundle. So now you can choose and customize your Biggie deal. As you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More Biggie options so you can get more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Down in the dugout with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley, brought to you by Cush Financial. New Philadelphia visiting Claymont in a Saturday afternoon matchup. Happy to be joined by Quaker head coach Tyler Wisel. I guess the challenging news, Coach, you guys lost your first game of the year.
You're searching for with a complete in-store inventory updated regularly at Dover.
Just got to bounce back and go.
Down in the dugout, brought to you by Cush Financial with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley. Talking with Quaker head coach Tyler Wisel. Coach, you mentioned, hey, here are some great things we're doing so far. Where do you want to continue to get better as the season winds along?
We got to keep our foot in the gas pedal. After the Madison series this week, the big talking point on Thursday at practices was stick to the approach, stick to the game plan of what we do as a program, and keep the pedal down for 7 innings. And, last night it didn't show that we kept the pedal down, but we continue to hit the baseball hard. We continue to have hits. We couldn't find that one big hit to kind of push us over the ledge.
Coach, tell the folks watching today about something you've already mentioned, the season debut with Jackson Martini. He went out there. I think you had him on a pitch count, but boy, other than the first inning when he negotiated some on-base traffic, he looked really, really good. Yeah,
Jackson's on the pitch count. Obviously, it's his first day out, coming back from having mono. He looked good. He was Jackson Martini last night. Yeah, navigated some base runners in the first, but he kind of bowed his neck a little bit, like I like to say, and he did the job. So we look to kind of continue to push that pitch count as his outings go and have him ready for later in the season.
Coach, as always, we appreciate it. Best of luck this afternoon.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Quaker head coach Tyler Wisel. Coming up, we'll hear from Claymont head coach Logan Addison with Big Z and the sports voice of the Valley.
The parts you're searching for with a complete in-store inventory updated regularly at DoverBreakInc.com. Safely shop and pay online and have your purchase delivered or pick it up at Dover Break, Route 250 in Strasburg, online at DoverBreakInc.com.
Stuck in a lunch rut? Subway has the cure. Introducing the Sub of the Day, a fresh 6-inch favorite for just $4.99 every day of the week. Meatball Monday, Tuna Tuesday, Sweet Onion Wednesday, Turkey Thursday, Forest Ham Friday, BMT Saturday, and Spicy Italian Sunday. And for just $2 more, make it a meal with a drink, chips, or cookies. Start a new ritual, fresh flavor, everyday value. Sub of the Day, only at Subway. Eat fresh, feel good.
What's better than a fresh, hot McDonald's Big Mac? How about a free McDonald's Big Mac? Simply download the McDonald's app and join My McDonald's Rewards, and your free Big Mac will be waiting. Looking for more freebies? After your first purchase, you'll get another free food reward. Keep earning points and watch your rewards add up. Using the app is fun and easy. Just select Earn Points before you order to get a simple code to redeem. Then watch your points turn into free food. Grab the app, then pick up your free Big Mac at your favorite area McDonald's today.
We are in the dugout with the coach, Logan Addison of the Claymont Mustangs. Coach, you were just on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel against Strasburg. Got away from you towards the end there, but it was a close game. What'd you like about that game? What'd you like to work on?
I like that we never gave up. We kept chipping away until the end. We just weren't real sharp. I didn't like our energy on Wednesday. I thought we didn't match Strasburg's energy at all. And we've been talking about that. Thanks to you guys, we were able to go back and rewatch that actually on Thursday. So I'm hoping we see a little bit more energy. I know these guys want to go out and get Philly, so I'm hoping we see a little bit more team chemistry coming out of us today.
You know, win or lose this season, most of your games, it's 1 or 2 runs. What do you need to see to kind of get over that hump, make all of those wins instead of like half of them?
Well, I think that's where the energy comes into play. It gets a little draining playing in 2-run games all the time, or less actually. And but I want to see that we show up ready to play and show up ready to compete with these guys. We know what they're capable of. We know they just got their first loss last night, so we want to always show that we can compete with the big dogs. And this is a chance to go out and do that. We got Nolan McMorrow on the mound, who's as good a competitor as anybody. So hopefully everybody around him matches the energy.
Yeah, tell me about Nolan. What does he bring to the mound for you guys?
Man, Nolan's just a bulldog. I mean, he's everything I look for in a competitor. He's got a great fastball, and he's working on his off-speed stuff a lot, and it's getting better and better throughout the year. I mean, he's just a kid that you really want to get behind and play behind. So, I mean, can't beat the kid.
And it seems like you got a pretty good core of seniors in the heart of your lineup there, too.
Yeah, the senior class, we're really going to miss these guys at the end of the year. And they're still getting better and better. I mean, they're not at the best they're going to be, and we're hoping to be at the best at tournament time. But Nate, Ethan, Moose, and who did I miss there? Nolan, I said. They've just been awesome, and they've been leaders by example, and we're hoping everybody else follows them and continues what they've been doing.
Would beating the Quakers, who are, I think, recently ranked 4th in Division III in the state, would that be a big win for this team?
Yeah, definitely be a big one. I mean, we're not putting any more weight into it. We have league games coming up, so it's not like we're going to sell out to beat them. But, I mean, you're talking a team 10 minutes up the road that has 1 loss. So, yeah, we definitely want to beat them.
What do you know about the Quakers that you've seen from them?
I know they're talented. I know they can swing it 1 through 9. I know they're extremely athletic. They've got some thump in the lineup that they're able to hit doubles anywhere 1 through 9. We just know we're going to have to bring our A game today to get them.
All right, Coach Logan Addison of the Claymont Mustangs. Coach, thanks for your time and good luck.
Thank you.
In the dugout with the coach, I'm Bill Hammerstrom for WJER and Big Z Sports.
This is Diana from Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, your train comfort specialist in downtown Dover. In the chill of winter or the steamy days of summer, we're here for you 24/7 with an honest, friendly, affordable service. Right now, purchase a qualifying HVAC system and receive a free duct cleaning, the value of $850. So if you've been considering the investment of a new HVAC system, don't miss out on this opportunity. Call me, Diana, at 330-343-5511. Since 1981, your comfort is our #1 priority here at Dover Philly Heating and Cooling.
This is Nathan Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Contact us today for all your auto, home, farm, and commercial insurance needs. We're proud to have been your local hometown agents for over 35 years and look forward to helping you see the difference local agents can make for you. Kemp Insurance on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia.
This is Don Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Whether it's repair work from a fender bender, the after effects of a powerful storm, or a life-changing moment like a house fire, Kemp Insurance is here to provide unmatched customer service. Kemp Insurance, your local hometown agents for over 35 years.
The Wood Electric High School Baseball pregame show rolling on with Big Z and the sports voice of the Valley ahead of today's matchup between the Claymont Mustangs and the New Philadelphia Quakers. Time now to take a look at our Stocker Concrete starting lineups. We'll begin with visiting New Philadelphia. For Tyler Wisel's team, 6-0 in conference play, and yes, this is a non-conference game. Thought you might be interested in that number, 9-1 on the year. Leading off in center field, C.C. Carruthers. Batting second, the designated hitter, Jack Range, normally the catcher for this team, but defensively getting a day off. Batting third, the shortstop, senior Braylon McBride. Batting cleanup at third base, Owen Courtney. Catching and batting fifth is Tanner Ulmer. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Cohen Winters. Nick Tedesco will bat seventh and play second base. Batting eighth in left field is Cam Wright, and the right fielder is number 10, Brooks Bezzosi. Jack Range, the DH, is batting for the pitcher, Cale McBride. Meanwhile, for the Claymont Mustangs, led by fourth-year head coach Logan Addison, leading off the pitcher, number 12, Nolan McMorrow. The center fielder, number 11, Braylon Mullen, will bat second. Batting third, the big first baseman, number 21, Nate Downing. Batting cleanup and catching, number 9, Ethan Fair. Batting fifth at third base, Brayson Gray. Meanwhile, in the sixth spot, the designated hitter, number 15, Cullen Akers. He's batting for the left fielder, Colt McKenzie. Batting seventh in right field, Tyson Herrick. Batting eighth at second base, Jaden Hunt. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Brady Fox. Those are your Stocker Concrete starting lineups. Our first pitch this afternoon between Claymont and New Philadelphia is next with Big Z Sports.
Stepping Stone Crafts and More, located on Macaulay Drive in Uhrichsville, has everything you need to decorate your home or office for any season throughout the year. Stepping Stone is filled wall to wall with handmade crafts, candles, and more. Plus, when the weather gets better, Stepping Stone expands their selection with a variety of outdoor decor. To see all they offer, stop by 1745 Water Street in Uhrichsville or find Stepping Stone Crafts and More on Facebook. Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what you need, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
H&M Collision is conveniently located just off the boulevard in Dover and invites you to experience their unmatched customer service the next time you're in need of collision repair. H&M Collision will offer the highest standards in the industry using state-of-the-art equipment to complete each repair by the book, never compromising on quality and keeping your safety and satisfaction their top priority. When you need premium auto body services, trust H&M Collision or you're treated like family.
Feeling uneasy about your finances? Your credit union can help. I'm Katie Steinebry, a certified financial counselor at Dover Philly, and I can help you get back on track financially. Whether you are trying to establish a budget or rebuild credit, I can help. All discussions are confidential and free of charge with your credit union membership. Call Dover Philly today at 330-364-8874 and ask for Katie. At Dover Philly Federal Credit Union, we're people helping people. It's how we thrive together. Join us today. Federally insured by NCUA.
The first pitch today, Nolan McMorrow, the Claymont pitcher, to New Philly leadoff hitter, C.C. Carruthers, fouled out of play, third base side. 0-1, C.C. coming into the game off a multi-hit performance last night in the one-run loss to Carrollton. Good speed out in center field and from the leadoff spot for the Quaker junior. The 1-1 pitch down in the dirt, ball 2.
Suddenly it's summertime here, Bill. It's 77 degrees before noon, and there is a wind that's gusting towards right field, 30 miles an hour sometimes, as we're expecting showers later in the day. They're trying to get this game in before anything like that happens.
The 2-1 pitch, called strike on the outside corner, count evening up on Carruthers at 2-2. And collectively, Bill and I have done many games together. I'll finish that thought momentarily. McMorrow comes set, the 2-2 pitch. Hit hard into center field for a leadoff base hit for C.C. Carruthers.
Brady Fox playing shortstop out there. Couldn't quite get his glove down. It went right under his glove into center field for the single for Carruthers.
That'll bring the designated hitter, Jack Range, to the plate. Jack, one of multiple sophomores in the Quaker starting lineup. McMorrow will throw to first, and Carruthers back safely. But as I was saying, Bill and I have done a lot of games, both collectively, separately, together. McMorrow's pitch, high for a ball. And here's something, Bill, I've never said. The home plate umpire I've broadcasted games with. He is Mitch Spinell, and his father is longtime Strasburg athletic director, Gary Spinell. Throw down to first base, bounced in the dirt. Carruthers dives back in safely. So it's not something, of course, that's happened before somewhere, but I've never seen that.
Yeah, I thought he looked familiar. Ethan Fair's catcher for the Mustangs. Nice throw to first. Not quite in time.
The next pitch misses.
So last time the Mustangs were on Big Z Sports, it was Brady Fox playing catcher, who's at shortstop now.
That's something you don't see too often, a guy who can catch and play short. Range, seeing the next pitch, miss upstairs.
I do have to correct myself. Fox was pitching last game.
The count 2-2 on the right-handed hitting Jack Range. Jack's father, Ryan, the former head baseball coach at New Philly. Carruthers is on the move, and he is in there safely on the head-first dive.
Good throw, not in time. Expecting a lot of running here as these teams want to get off to a fast start. They want to spark because, like I said, they both lost their previous games coming into this.
So Carruthers in scoring position after his leadoff single here in the top of the first. The 3-2 pitch, inside and low, ball four. So the first two Quakers have reached, and CC going into the Friday night matchup with Carrollton statistically was tied for the team lead in steals. Both he and the guy coming to the plate now, senior shortstop Braylon McBride, had 11 each going into the matchup with the Warriors. Braylon leading this Quaker team in virtually every offensive category. More on that in a moment. McMorrow's pitch to him low and in the dirt. Carruthers on the move to third base, and he's safe. That ball skips into left field. Carruthers will hit the bag and score on the throwing error, and New Philadelphia has an early 1-0 advantage. Range hustling all the way down to third base.
And we mentioned in the pregame that both these teams in their last time out, they kind of hurt themselves with their own mistakes, led to losses, and there's the first error of the day on the Mustangs. They've not played quite as clean as the Quakers have this season.
McBride hitting .441 on the year. That's tops on this Quaker team. Leads them in RBIs with 15, and as we mentioned, tied with the guy who just scored, C.C. Carruthers, for the team lead in steals. The 2-0 pitch, that's down low, ball three. Nolan McMorrow kind of missing here against the first couple of batters.
McMorrow has 4 appearances prior to today, the senior. No wins or losses to show for it. 0-0 with a 2 ERA.
The next pitch taking all the way.
He struck out 24 in 14 innings.
Defensively, you'll normally see him playing shortstop for this Mustang team, 5-6 on the year. The next pitch, called strike on the inside corner. Well, that's kind of the sign of a veteran hitter, 3-0. Okay, a lot of people take 3-0, but that wasn't his pitch. or so one would think. Slightly open stance from the right side. The count full range at third. And McMorrow's 3-2 pitch. Hit hard, just foul. One nothing, New Philadelphia, the early advantage. Top of inning number one between these two teams. Obviously, not exactly backyard rivals, but just a hop, skip, and a jump between the two high schools. Again, McMorrow's 3-2 pitch, down low, ball 4. So the first three Quakers have reached. Carruthers with the single and back-to-back walks to Jack Range and Braylon McBride.
You can see Range antsy on third base. He was ready to run home. He thought that ball might have got past the catcher. Already one mistake by the Mustangs today, allowed a run to score.
Owen Courtney line drive into center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Range will score easily. So it's 2-0. New Philadelphia, nobody out. The RBI off the bat of Owen Courtney. Now to bring Tanner Ulmer to the plate. Tanner, one of this team's key pinch hitters, and he's the backup catcher getting a chance to start behind the plate today, is Ulmer, a junior. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up. The third baseman, couple of steps towards short. And Brayson Gray, the junior, will make the catch for the first out in the inning.
That ball was in the air forever. You're worried here with some of the wind gusts here, up to 30 miles an hour. They've said that some of those high fly balls will give the infielders and outfielders a problem, but not that time for Brayson Gray.
That'll bring Cohen Winters to the plate. First pitch he sees, missing inside for a ball. Most games, Cohen's this team's DH. Today, Brady Evans, nothing wrong with Brady, is getting a break at first base, and Cohen playing defensively there. The 1-0 pitch popped up right back to the mound, and home plate umpire Mitch Spinell says infield fly, 2 outs. And the runners, McBride at second and Courtney at first, have to stay where they're at. Quakers an early 2-0 lead. Second baseman Nick Tedesco to the plate. And that ball hits Nick on the left knee. I mean, it didn't drill him, but Bill, it grazed his knee. Now he's on.
Nick Tedesco came in with just 2 at-bats on the season. He won't get credit for an at-bat there as he got hit by a pitch.
That'll bring Cam Wright to the plate. Cam's got a very good batting average, especially when you look at a guy that's hitting in the 8th spot. 321 on the year for the senior. 6 RBIs. He'd like to add a few more to that offensive resume here. McMorrow's pitch to him, fouled back.
His success at the bottom of the lineup, along with the next batter, Bezzosi, is probably why Braylon McBride has all the RBIs he has at 15.
And Braylon batting third today normally bats second, and like Bill was alluding to, a lot of times a 2-hole guy's not going to lead you in RBIs, but McBride does. The 0-1 pitch, slow roller to third. Going to be fielded, and he's safe at third. Another run scores. Great hustle from second by Owen Courtney to get to third. Tedesco advances to second. And Wright picks up the fielder's choice RBI.
It's the hot corner. There's been a lot going on out there for Brayson Gray at third base. A lot of times Braylon Mullins at third base for the Mustangs.
That'll bring Brooks Bezzosi, and he gets hit. Well, certainly not the way the Mustangs would have wanted to start things. 4-0 as the Quakers have now batted around here in the top of inning number 1. Tough way to get an RBI for Brooks Bezzosi, Bill.
So 2 hit by pitch today. Looked like it hit him in the helmet too, but that's why they wear them.
Easy for us to say sitting back here behind the backstop. That'll bring C.C. Carruthers, who started the inning with a single and would eventually score on a throwing error. First pitch down low for a ball.
Prior to last night, his on-base percentage coming in was .444. So he does what a leadoff hitter should do to get on base.
Nick Tedesco at third, Cam Wright at second, Bezzosi at first. 1-0 the count on Carruthers. Pops it up. It's foul. It's out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Home plate umpire Mitch Spinell says something very important. I need some baseballs so we can play. So CC trying to do what is never heard of, but kind of a rarity, get 2 base hits in a single inning.
He's got a lot of RBIs out there, too, for him.
1-1. McMorrow leaning in to get the sign from fair. And the pitch hit hard, and that's going to get into, he makes the grab out there. My mistake. So we've completed a half inning of play. New Philadelphia has struck early, and they lead Claymont 4-0, headed to the bottom of the first with Big Z and the sports voice of the Valley.
If you're planning a major concrete project, you need the help of Stocker Concrete Company. From precast concrete products to ready-mix concrete, sand, gravel, limestone, and concrete block, the professionals at Stocker Concrete can help you get started and keep you on the path to completion using the best materials you can find. Stocker Concrete is the concrete material provider you can count on. See them at 7574 Route 36, Janaden-Hutton, or call 740-254-4626.
Cush Financial Group has been proudly serving the community's financial needs for over 35 years. The team at Cush Financial follows an industry-leading service model with a unique approach and fiduciary responsibilities associated with their board-certified financial planner. With over 75 years of combined experience, the advisors at Cush Financial Group are here to help you achieve your financial goals. Contact their office at 330-308-8700 or visit their website at cushfinancial.com to see about scheduling your free consultation today. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Independence Capital Company Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC.
Non-conference high school baseball today with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley. I'm Bill Morgan with Bill Hammerstrom. New Philadelphia doing what they wanted to do, Bill. Get off to an early good offensive start. Now Claymont can try and counter that here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, that did not go Claymont's way the last time they played the final inning of that game against Strasburg. They gave up 4 runs and, it was aided by some of their own mistakes. They gave up 4 runs in the first inning here, same thing. Kind of that throwing error by the catcher to third base, trying to catch the runner stealing, opened the floodgates, and Quakers ended up with 4 runs. At least the Mustangs have Nolan McMorrow leading off for them here. Big bat with a .364 average.
Nolan leading off, the right-handed hitting pitcher for Logan Addison's team. First pitch he sees from Quakers sophomore Cale McBride, younger brother of Braylon McBride, high for a ball. Cale doing a good job as the number 3 starter on this team, 1-0 on the year. Next pitch, a little high, ball 2, his ERA 1.42. You'll take that out of your Saturday afternoon starter every time.
Yeah, you and I talk, and I'll finish that thought after this pitch.
That ball popped up on the infield. Cale McBride calling for it and makes the catch.
We talk about who do you want to start in your conference games. You go with your number 1 guy. Who do you want to start on a Saturday with the Quakers, considering Jackson Martini's debut yesterday on this season, and you got Cale McBride, Owen Courtney, Jackson Norris has been solid. Even Kane Adi in relief. Braylon McBride. Everybody's been pitching well for him so far this season.
Number 2 hitter for the Mustangs, Braylon Mullen, comes to the plate and pitch a little bit high for a ball. Braylon in center field today for Logan Addison. He's an 09 Claymont grad. McBride's next pitch to him, sailing high for a ball as well.
Mullen, .467 batting average on the season, a couple of home runs.
Big, strong frame for the right-handed hitter. McBride coming set. And his 2-0 offering. A called strike. 2 balls and a strike. Claymont head coach Logan Addison coaching at third. And a swing and a miss. Looked like he maybe changed speeds on that. And one of Tuscarawas County's all-time greatest baseball minds, the first base coach, Dave DiDonato, former Indian Valley head coach, former Dover head coach, and a swing and a miss ball in the dirt, but Armour will field, throw on to first for the second out of the inning.
You always mention when you post the results on your own Facebook page, the lefties. Helps to have a lefty here as your third starter, too, as well.
So 2 outs, and that'll bring Nate Downing, the first baseman, to the plate. Quakers scored 4 in the top of the first. Breaking ball and a called strike.
You see that movement from McBride's pitches as soon as it leaves his hand, just about. Like rides a wave to home plate.
2 pitches and 2 strikes to Nate Downing. Downing briefly stepping out of the box. The first baseman climbs back in, and McBride's 0-2. Hit right back to McBride off his glove. He will field, fire on to first base in time, and the Quakers retire the Mustangs 1-2-3 in the first. After a complete inning, New Philadelphia leading Claymont 4-0 with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
At Hartson's Quality Housing, we believe a home is where families grow, memories are made, and futures are built. For 47 years, we've stood by the values that matter most: honesty, trust, and a commitment to our community. Our goal is to provide affordable, reliable housing solutions. We don't just build homes, we invest in the future by supporting local student athletes and the schools that shape tomorrow's leaders. Whether it's on the field or in the classroom, we're proud to stand with our youth and the families who cheer them on. Hartzler's Quality Housing, built on trust, committed to community.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust the team at Grandview Exterior Systems. Established in 2016, they specialize in commercial, industrial, and residential roofing, handling everything from repairs and replacements to full restorations and ongoing maintenance. At Grandview Exterior Systems, their mission is simple: create peace of mind for every client while setting the standard for safety, quality, and efficiency in construction. Visit them at 2230 Township Road 415 in Dundee. Call 330-275-1807 or learn more at GrandviewExteriorSystems.com. Grandview Exterior Systems. They have you and your roof covered.
One inning in the high school baseball history books in Uricksville, and New Philadelphia with the better of it here in the very early going 4-0. Hey, coming up after the game today, Bill and I will name a Subway player of the game. Subway with locations right here in Uricksville, New Philadelphia, Dover, and all across the valley. Subway, eat fresh.
First time you and I have done a game where I haven't gotten a free sub from Subway. It's too soon. I haven't had my 4 subs in my sub club yet to get the 4th one free.
You were working this morning at the radio station, hosting the world-famous Sports Talk with Roger Metzger and Travis McClellan. I don't know who else was in there. It could have been somebody else. Jack Range hits it hard past the third baseman. So Jack's on for the second time in as many at-bats. And while, Bill, neither you nor I are the official scorers, do you score that an error? Do you score that a hit?
You know, I don't know what kind of contact it made over there. It seemed like a playable ball was hit very hard. It depends on if you're feeling generous or not. Took a bounce right in front of him.
A very politically correct answer by Bill Hemmerstrom.
Could be scored different by the different coaches in the game. But it's been a tough day over there for Brayson Gray.
I'm sure the third baseman would tell you I should have made that play. As now, Braylon McBride, who walked and scored in his first at-bat, trying to give his younger brother some additional offensive support on the mound. Big lead at first for Jack Range. Pitch high and inside. Braylon has to duck out of the way of that one.
Those 4 runs in the first inning came on 2 walks, 2 hit by a pitch, 1 in RBI, HBP, and 2 singles.
Now, not too many times a balk is called. McMorrow was in the stretch and then dropped the baseball. And the umpires immediately called a balk. Both the field umpire and home plate umpire, Mitch Spinell. The 2-0. High for a ball. So the Quakers trying to do further offensive damage here in the top of the second. They lead 4-0. McMorrow's next pitch way inside, and that's a walk.
Third walk, but fifth free pass if you count the hit by pitches as well.
That'll bring Owen Courtney to the plate. Owen, a couple of doubles on the year, headed into the Friday night matchup, 3 RBIs. On the mound, he has not given up a single earned run all year. First pitch inside for a ball, 3-0.
His RBI single in the first was one of 3 hits that the Quakers had in inning number 1.
The next pitch, that's down to the dirt, gets away from catcher Ethan Bear, allowing both runners to advance. Range down to third. Braylon McBride to second.
That's something that has plagued the Mustangs this season. 5-6 on the year. A lot of close games, those errors, mistakes.
Courtney looking for a pitch he can drive. That pitch, high, ball 3. And one of the challenges when you're a pitcher like McMorrow is, and you're kind of inconsistent with your location early, and it's very early, it's difficult to get calls from the home plate umpire when the ball's up and it's down. And the next pitch, Courtney lifts it. Foul ball down the left field line and out of play. We are here with Claxon Communications A-team. Jacob Heading and Drew Dunlap. We're hoping between innings Drew can run down to the concession stand and get us some of those grilled hot dogs. The next pitch, Owen lifts it on a fairly deep fly, and they're going to say that went through the fence, over the fence. The bottom line is it's a ground rule double. Courtney driving in range from third. McBride from second. And New Philadelphia's lead is 6-0.
That wind we mentioned is kind of blowing out in that direction, and I think that ball caught a wind gust out there over Braylon Mulin's head, and I think it went over the fence on a bounce.
So the Quakers up 6-0. That'll bring Tanner Ulmer, who popped out to third in his first at-bat last inning. The catcher swings and misses. Tanner with that big rip from the right side, trying to make it 8-0.
Owen Courtney with his third double on the season.
McMorrow's next pitch down low. Ethan Fair doing a good job of keeping that ball out in front of him. New Philadelphia back to conference action on Tuesday. I think their conference opponent this week is Mansfield Senior. We'll double check on that.
You are correct.
Ulmer fouling that back.
Now, Senior, I believe, 0-5 in conference play going into this weekend.
Well, and you never want to make fun or poke fun at teams, but they're not very good in baseball. So, basketball, yes. Football, improving. Baseball, not so much.
Still, the Quakers don't want to let up there. They're going to start their best pitchers because that's conference. That's a big deal. They're the defending champs.
Ulmer hits the breaking ball to third off of the third baseman's glove. And that will certainly be an error.
Yeah, rough day so far through 2 innings for Brayson Gray over there.
Owen Courtney, of course, was not in motion with the ball hit right to third and no force-out situation or anything like that. So Courtney remaining at second, and head coach Logan Addison going to call for time, come out and chat things over with his pitcher, maybe make a change. We'll watch as he reaches the mound. Don't forget, you can Always keep up to date with what's happening in high school sports all around the area on the Big Z Facebook page. And one of the great things that Adam Soweski and the people at Big Z and Bill Himmerstrom, our sports director, have done, really expanding high school sports coverage. Back in the day when video kind of first surfaced, it'd be a tape delay basketball game on TV or tape delay football. Now you get everything with Big Z, from football and basketball, even track and field we bring you, wrestling. It's all over the place on the Big Z YouTube page. The meeting done, Cohen Winters popped back to the pitcher in his first at bat, and he pops this one up into short right field. The second baseman moving over, and he'll make the catch. Nice play defensively, especially as Bill was mentioning with that win, Jaden Hunt there to make the catch.
I wonder if Cohen Winters has some push-ups in his future, a couple pop-ups in this game. I always think about Major League when somebody pops it up. Willie Mays Hayes did a lot of push-ups in that movie.
Nick Tedesco, who was hit by a pitch, sailing high.
Tedesco, again, limited plate appearances so far this season. But before yesterday, his average was 1,000, 2 for 2.
Doesn't get any better than that. McMorrow's next pitch to him, low. Nick came out of the bullpen in the, I believe it was the Madison game on the road last week, and brought some heat out of the Quaker bullpen in that road win. The next pitch, called strike at the knees.
He's got the wind at his back here if he can get under it.
Well, Nick certainly got some good speed. No doubt about that. He's pinch run earlier in the year. McMorrow ready. The next pitch, high and inside. And young Mr. Tedesco says, you know what? I'm getting out of the way. I've already been hit once.
Yeah, he's had enough of that. His helmet took a shot in the first inning.
Nick looks out to McMorrow, who comes set. 2 runners on for New Philadelphia. McMorrow's pitch, a swing and a miss. Defensively today, Nick starting at second base in place of Kane Oddie, who's getting a day off. Kane, 7 innings at second base yesterday and 2 innings in relief. So the senior a break today. The next pitch, Tedesco fouls that out of play. I talked to Kane in the dugout before the game, and Kane's a very gregarious and friendly. I said, what about maybe being on the radio on the live stream today? He seemed to be excited about that. Now, Coach Wisel may have had other ideas. The 3-2 pitch, high and inside, ball 4. So Courtney, certainly good speed, goes over to third. Ulmer to second. Home plate umpire Mitch Spinell calling for time to do some home cleaning up there at the plate.
That's 4 walks in the game so far for the Mustangs.
That'll bring Cam Wright to the plate, a fielder's choice and an RBI last inning in the 4-run Quaker first. New Philadelphia had 4 in that opening frame, 2 so far here in the second. It's 6-0. And the bases are loaded with the black and red. The next pitch, that's high for a ball.
Yeah, Courtney just not finding the plate. Again, 4 walks. He's hit 2 batters. Also hasn't been helped with some mistakes by his fielders.
Ethan Fair calls for time, comes out. Well, you kind of have this feeling, and obviously we don't know. We're not in the Claymont dugout, but you got to feel if this guy reaches, maybe you'll see a pitching change.
Yeah, Claymont has a handful of guys to choose from, but I don't think they have Jackson Jinks to choose from. He's one of their pitchers, and I see him with the boot on in the dugout there.
Yeah, my understanding was he suffered an ankle injury, and might be a while before he can play again for this Mustang team. The pitch, a swing and a miss by Cam Wright.
You kind of think maybe Ethan Fair went out there and just told him to throw strikes.
The 7th RBI on the season for Cam in his first at bat. The next pitch, fly ball into left field, running and making the catch, tagging and scoring from third is Owen Courtney. That makes it 7-0 New Philadelphia.
It's Colt McKenzie in left field, able to navigate that for the Mustangs.
The other two runners had to stay where they were at. Ulmer at second, Tedesco at first. And certainly a little bit of a unique circumstance in back-to-back at-bats. Cam Wright picking up RBIs. That ball, a very slow roller, first base side. McMorrow grabs it, flips it on to first base to retire the Quakers here in the top of the second. After an inning and a half in Uricksville, New Philadelphia leading the Mustangs 7-0 with Big Z and the sports voice of the Valley.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
If there's a new driver in the house, the East Central Ohio Educational Service Center is ready to help them hit the road with confidence. Through the Drive to Succeed Scholarship, eligible Ohio teens under 21 may qualify for funding to cover driver education, making it easier to get started. With flexible online learning and in-car training options, ECO ESC Driver Services helps students build skills for the road and beyond. Don't wait. Start driving toward your future today. To learn more or apply, visit drivetosucceed.org or contact Trudy Lewis at trudy.lewis@ecoesc.org.
High school baseball today with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley. New Philadelphia leading Claymont 7-0.
Those 7 runs coming on 5 hits for the Quakers. 2 or 3 errors, depending on how you want to score it. Against the Mustangs, 4 walks and 2 hit batsmen. So the Mustangs doing a lot of damage to themselves in this game. Not to take away anything from the Quaker hitters who have been great all season, but Mustangs aren't helping their cause in the field.
4, 5, and 6 in Logan Addison's lineup. Here in the second, Cale McBride's first pitch high and way outside for a ball. He sent the Mustangs down 1-2-3 in the first. Mustang catcher Ethan Fair at the plate.
Yeah, pretty big contrast between the pitchers so far today. You can probably count all the pitches he's thrown on 2 hands compared to McMorrow on the other side.
2-0 pitch, inside part of the plate at the knees. 2-1, McBride, the lefty, comes set. The pitch, a little bit low, ball 3. So the Quakers trying to rebound from their 1-run, 9-inning loss Friday to Carrollton. The next pitch, that's high and a walk. First base runner of the afternoon. A win today for New Philadelphia would be Tyler Wisel's 100th career victory as New Philadelphia head coach. He's in his 9th year leading this Quaker program. That'll bring third baseman Grayson Gray to the plate. Line drive caught and a double play. Unassisted on a dandy play built down at first.
Outstanding play by Cohen Winters over there on first base for the Quakers. Meanwhile, the Mustangs can't catch a break. He's holding the runner on, so he's right there to make the play off the hit off the bat of Grayson Gray.
Well, and Gray drilled that ball, as Bill said. It just happened that Winters was there to make the grab 2 outs in the inning. As Cullen Akers, the DH, comes to the plate. First pitch, a little bit high for a ball. Akers batting for the left fielder, Colton McKenzie. New Philadelphia had 4 in the first, 3 in the second. Claymont yet to score, but it's early between the Mustangs and the Quakers. Bill Morgan, Bill Hammerstrom, happy to have you along on this live video stream. Next pitch misses out of the zone as well, a little bit outside.
Akers, a freshman, looking to get started this season, 150 average coming into this game. He has driven in 4 runs.
The next pitch misses. So the second walk in the inning as Akers reaches with the 2-out base on balls.
That's 2 walks this inning for McBride.
Right fielder Tyson Herrick to the plate. McBride looks at him. First pitch high for a ball.
I'm sure with the way they're preparing for next week, they'd like to get as many innings out of McBride as possible here.
Well, especially because they had a 9-inning game yesterday. Their 2 top relievers in Braylon McBride, Cale's older brother, and Kane Oddie both threw 2 innings each yesterday. Jackson Martini, the starter, threw 5 scoreless innings, struck out 5.
You have Owen Courtney and Jackson Norris available to pitch, but I'm sure that's who they want facing the OCC foes next week.
There's a pitch and a called strike, and it'll be decision time, if you will, for Tyler Wisel. Do they move Jackson Martini into that number 2 spot in place of Jackson Norris? Jackson's gone undefeated in league play, 3-0, so throw down to first base, and boy, nice job by Winters of coming way off the bag to stop that thing from going down the right field line.
Yeah, this is his inning, the unassisted double play, and then going high to get that one.
One of those things that, Bill, that doesn't show up in the stats, but that could have, well, in the long run, maybe save a run, because that guy certainly would have got to second, maybe third. McBride's next pitch, that's high, so 3 walks in the inning as Herrig heads down to first with 2 outs, and Akers over to second. Well, one thing's for sure, with the return of Jackson Martini and the way Jackson Norris has been pitching, that just makes the pitching staff deeper no matter what you do.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have.
McBride's first pitch, apparently a little bit high for a ball. Second baseman Jaden Hunt up. Hits 8th for the Mustangs, at least today anyway. McBride's next pitch to him, sailing high, ball 2.
After a 1-2-3 first, kind of lacking control here in the second inning.
Now you can see by watching young Cale on the mound, he's kind of fired up and upset, not with calls at home. He's upset with himself for not getting the ball down. The next pitch, that misses the zone as well. So
it is not the strongest part of the Mustangs lineup. 133 average for Jaden Hunt.
Breaking ball, pounded, foul, big hop over the fence and into the Mustangs' third base dugout.
I bet they don't get many into the dugout here
No.
with the fence right in front of them.
No, I mean, what is that fence? 9-10 feet high. McBride looks at the runner at second. The pitch, that bounces in the dirt. That's going to go all the way to the backstop. So the wild pitch will advance Akers to third, Herrig to second.
You can see that everything's kind of irritating Cale McBride right now. Even the blowing around dust in there, he's kind of rubbing his eyes to get the kick in the mound now to get rid of some frustration there.
McBride coming set, trying to end the inning. The pitch, a swing, and a miss. So Hunt fans, and that does end the inning. We've completed 2 at Claymont. New Philadelphia leading the Mustangs 7-0 with Big Z in the sports voice of the Valley.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. The past 30 years, the residents in and around the Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff of McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of those communities, there is nothing better than high school sports. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty, 330-364-SOLD, or find us online at McInturfRealty.net.
The T-County Boxing Academy is excited to announce the return of their youth boxing for 2026. Registration is now open for interested boys and girls ages 7 to 15. Classes will run Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. T-County Boxing gives you the option of paying for the classes monthly or per visit, whichever works best for you. To learn more about youth training and all that the T-County Boxing Academy offers, find them on Facebook.
The third inning has arrived here at Claymont High School.
They're playing your song.
I'm not familiar with that particular tune. However, I have noticed when you pull into the WJER, WTUZ parking lot, you've got those two big speakers in the back seat of your car kind of pumping some of these jams. So the Quakers
again, 7 runs so far for New Philadelphia, 5 hits, 2, maybe 3 errors, depending on how you scored on the Mustangs, 4 walks and 2 hit by pitch. And we talked about New Philadelphia preparing for conference play. The Mustangs have Sandy Valley next week.
Well, and Jackson Norris is going to pinch hit for New Philadelphia to lead off the third inning. Rips it. That's going to be into left center field. Jackson digging around first, stumbles, goes, now going to get back up, and he'll be in safely with a leadoff double. And the guys in the Quaker first base dugout are giving it to Jackson.
I mean, he deserves a double for that because that would have been a double either way, but falling on his way to second base makes him even more worthy of a double. Might have gotten to third if that ball got away like it did there.
And I believe that's Jackson's first at bat of the season because normally he's pitching and they DH for him. Jack Range fouling the first pitch. Jack has reached both of his at bats and scored both times. The next pitch high for a ball. Now, in watching Tyler Wisel coach, as I've had an opportunity to do through broadcasting, but I'm the PA guy when I'm not for New Philadelphia. Jack pops it up into short center field. Coming in. Mullen making the catch for the first out here in the third. But back to Coach Wisel, and you know what? And this game is not over by any stretch, but he's going to get some guys an opportunity in a game like this to do things they don't normally have a chance to do. So Jackson got a chance to bat and hit it to the wall.
I believe the Mustangs have made some lineup changes as well, as Braylon Mullen back in at third base, which was his position last time they played. So that might be Brayson Gray out there, switching positions out there in center field. We'll see when he runs in what his number is.
First pitch to McBride, a strike. The next pitch, that's down low. The throw down to second base. And Norris picked off of second base on the nice throw by Ethan Fair down to second.
That was an adventure with Jackson Norris on the base paths there. And good job by Ethan Fair to throw him out.
So
he's smiling and laughing as he gets to the dugout. They're still having a good time about that stumble around first base.
I think there's a home plate umpire checking with the first base umpire about what the count is. And you may say, well, how does a home plate umpire? You know what? It happens to everybody. The next pitch, they say, did he go? And the base umpire said, no, he did not. In Braylon McBride's 2 at-bats in the first 2 innings, he walked and scored both innings. The 2-1 to McBride, a little bit low. So McMorrow, after giving up the leadoff double to start the inning, got range to fly out. Norris was picked off. The next pitch, that's low, and McBride, we'll see that OBP go up, but not his batting average, so.
3 walks today. I think Braylon going to college in my neck of the woods, where I come from, Lake Erie College in Paynesville up in Lake County.
Now to bring Owen Courtney to the plate. Owen hits it hard to short. The ball fielded to throw on to first base in time at a bang-bang play to get Courtney at first. So for the first inning today, the Quakers do not score. We head for the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is New Philadelphia leading Claymont 7-0 with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
Are you ready to take the next step toward your future? Join us for the next Buckeye Career Center Open House Thursday, March 19th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. This is a combined high school and adult education event. Explore hands-on career tech labs and 10 full-time adult programs. Meet our staff and enjoy self-guided tours, plus a complimentary meal. High school students who apply for next school year receive a small gift, and adults will have their $50 application fee waived. Again, that's the next Buckeye Career Center Open House, March 19th.
Save the date. Customer Appreciation Days are happening at Keim Home Center and Keim Mount Hope Hardware, April 13th through the 18th. Join us for a full week of celebrating you, our customers, with 10% off select items store-wide, live demos in the shop, gift card giveaways, food, and more. Visit us online at keimhome.com or follow Keim on Facebook for more details. We'll see you April 13th through the 18th for Customer Appreciation Days at Keim Home Center in Charm and Keim Mount Hope Hardware.
High school baseball today with Big Z Sports and WJER. I'm Bill Morgan. My color analyst today, Bill Hammerstrom. And as the Mustangs come calling in the bottom of 3, New Philadelphia leading 7-0. We mentioned Jackson Norris pinch hitting for C.C. Carruthers in the top of the frame. C.C. back out in center field. If you're not familiar, substitution rules, each of the starters is allowed 1 re-entry into the game. And so C.C. back into center field. It'll be the shortstop, Brady Fox, to lead things off against Cale McBride in the bottom of the 3rd.
Fox in their last game led off as he was the starting pitcher for the Mustangs. Just kind of everybody moved down a spot in the lineup, and he was put in the 9th hole.
Next pitch, called strike on the inside corner to Mustangs shortstop Brady Fox.
Fox a .240 batting average.
McBride's next pitch, missing, and most of the pitches, McBride, when he's missed the zone, he's missing high.
You saw early the movement right out of his release.
The 2-1, that misses upstairs as well.
That kind of guided the ball lower early on in the game. Not seeing that quite as much here into the 3rd inning.
The next pitch, inside corner, and a called strike. The count now full on Brady Fox. Claymont trying to begin to battle back into this game, trailing 7-0, bottom of the 3rd. The next pitch, a swing and a miss. So for McBride, his 3rd strikeout so far today, and back to the top of the Mustangs lineup for Logan Addison's team. Nolan McMorrow, who popped back to McBride, leading off the game. Big breaking ball, missing just a little bit inside.
Talked about McBride's control issues here. walked 3 in the previous inning, but has yet to give up a hit to the Mustangs.
Next pitch, high for a ball. Subway Restaurants sponsoring our high school baseball player of the game. We'll select one here from the winning team after today's game, Bill and I. The next pitch, that misses high. Subway, eat fresh. The Fitzgerald family-owned local Subway restaurants. Everywhere there's a Subway. The next pitch, a swing and a miss. So the count evening up at 2-2. Cloudy, windy day here at Claymont. The 2-2 pitch bounces in front of the plate. Tanner Ulmer does a nice job of knocking it down. Not that it's real relevant because there's nobody on base, but always a good thing to see your catcher keep that ball out in front. The 3-2 pitch just inside ball 4.
So 4 walks now for McBride, but again, he hasn't given up a hit and hasn't really given up good contact to any of the Mustang batters except for that double play ball off the bat of Brayson Gray in the second inning. Turned by himself, Cohen Winters at first.
Mullen pops it up, foul and out of play, up and easily over the Quakers' first base dugout.
Mullen, again, his batting average coming into this game was .467.
Next pitch, called strike at the letters.
He also reaches base 60% of the time.
Well, I'm no Logan Addison or Tyler Wisel. That's a pretty good number, Bill. The next pitch, breaking ball, misses outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the third inning. Quakers a 7-run lead. Cale McBride checks on McMorrow at first. That pitch fouled off the backstop.
Mullen started the game in center field, now playing third base after some miscues over there. Again, like you said, Saturday baseball a little different than conference baseball during the week. Get some players trying out some new positions, giving some players some bad at-bats that might not otherwise get them.
That ball's fouled into the dirt and kind of trickles over third base side toward the Claymont on-deck area. New Philadelphia, 9-1 on the season, undefeated in OCC play at 6-0. The Mustangs are 3-4 in the IVC, 5-6 overall. The next pitch, high for a ball. What's going on with the IVC, Bill Hammerstrom, as a conference?
Well, we talked about it this morning on our Sports Talk show. Highlands superintendent sent out a press release saying that they're not being considered in the future of the IVC.
Fly ball. Cam Wright coming in from left field to make the catch.
We also know Claymont's leaving to form that new Northeast Senate League, I believe it is. They'll be with Tusky Valley among the other teams there. That's not this year, that's not next year, that's a couple years into the future.
Nate Downing taking a pitch up and out. Hey, and when I hear stuff like that, I guess I don't know what the contractual implications of all that is, but you wonder, okay, that's not until 2 years down the road. What could happen between now and then?
Absolutely. You leave these IVC schools looking for new ideas for their conference with, I think, 3 teams leaving for that.
Downing grounded back to pitcher Cale McBride. Throw down to first and back safely as the ball goes off the glove of Cohen Winters. McMorrow back safe.
You also have issues with New Philadelphia's Ohio Cardinal Conference with West Holmes leaving in a couple of years for that. And this morning, Lexington interested in leaving the OCC.
A walk is going to send Downing to first, McMorrow to second base, and that's great that somebody like Lex is, and I mean that's fine if that's what they think is best for their school, is coming out of the New Philadelphia first base dugout is their pitching coach, Logan Moorhead, to talk things over with his battery made out on the mound, but you've got to have somewhere to go, and I don't know if Lexington announced where they're going, but I mean, they've got a pretty competitive OCC situation.
I think losing West Holmes kind of loses an ally for Dover and New Philadelphia, as all those teams have to travel south pretty far to get to Tuscarawas County for those games. And you could say at least West Holmes is almost similarly situated in that conference. But without West Holmes, Dover and New Philly are pretty isolated in that OCC. And it's not just this part of Ohio. We learned this morning that dozens of conferences across the state are realigning.
Pitch to Ethan Fair, high for a ball, but for me, and given I'm, kind of biased toward our local teams in Dover and Philly, they're the ones that have to travel every time that distance to Lexington, Madison, Mansfield Senior, Ashland. That ball bounced to short. Braylon McBride will field, throw on to second to force out Downing. And in the inning, we've completed 3 at Claymont. It is New Philadelphia leading Claymont 7-0 with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Right Mark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Right Mark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. Or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
Non-conference / league high school baseball today. Happy to have you along on the Big Z YouTube channel. Bill Morgan, Bill Hammerstrom, along with the team from Claxon Communications. And, Bill, we've got a new pitcher.
Yeah, it's Jaden Hunt. He's wearing number 23. He's a junior. Stats that we were provided, he's 0-1 on the season, a couple strikeouts. He's only pitched 2 1/3 innings. ERA is at 12 in just that limited amount of space. But we've talked about it all day. It's a Saturday afternoon game, and these teams are looking ahead to conference play next week. So they're probably not taking up their number 1 starters and putting them into this game in relief.
McMorrow, who had been pitching, he goes to shortstop. Fox, who had been at short, goes to second.
McMorrow coming into this game was 0-0. A lot of close games. 9 out of the 11 games for the Mustangs decided by 1 or 2 runs. So those must have been decided late for him in 4 appearances. But he is the pitcher of record here to take the loss. It's 7-0.
Top of the 4th inning, Tanner Ulmer, the Quaker catcher, to lead things off. Hunt's first pitch to him in the dirt. Tanner 2 at-bats so far. Popped out to third, back in that 4-run Quaker first, and reached on an error in the second. The next pitch, that's inside for a ball. The Quakers' normal defensively starting catcher is Jack Range. Jack DH today, and Jack's probably sitting over there on the bench saying, yeah, it's not too bad. I get to bat 3, 4, 5 times maybe. I don't got to put on, what do they call it, the tools of ignorance? Or hey, he's probably very comfortable over there on the bench when the team's out on the field on defense. 3-1 pitch, high ball 4.
As far as Ulmer behind the plate, haven't noticed a difference in the defense for the Quakers. He's leading calling a game for, Cale McBride, who hasn't given up a hit yet.
That ball looked like it nearly hit Cohen Winters. It apparently did not. It goes all the way to the backstop, and Ulmer down to second on the wild pitch. In both of Cohen's at-bats, he's popped out once to the pitcher, once to second. The breaking ball doesn't break, and Winters has to duck out of the way.
I think that one went behind Winters on that play. Hunt had a smile on his face. He knew he lost control of that one.
Called strike on a pitch that looked a little bit upstairs. 2-1 on Winters, and he swings and misses. 2-2.
Winters, the defensive star of the game so far, unassisted double play at first base.
The next pitch fouled. Big bounce into the dirt, then into the grass, third base side. Things evening up on Cohen Winters at 2-2. Hunt coming set, the 2-2 pitch, and he chased one down in the dirt. Fair will field it, throw on to first for the first out of the inning.
Not a good result for Winters there, but on the season, another one of these back-of-the-order hitters for the Quakers, batting .346. Then you got
Nick Tedesco coming to the plate. Nick swinging and missing, 1-1. Now, going to be interesting to see how this game flows from this point. Coach Tyler Wisel in our Down in the Dugout, brought to you by Cush Financial, said, one of the things he wants his team to do, and they didn't do it in the win over Madison, nor in what ended up being a loss to Carrollton, is they jump out to an early lead, but they need to keep the pedal down and keep pushing. So they had a big first inning, a big second inning, and they were kept off the scoreboard. Hunt put the count at 2-2. Hit, and that's going to go off the glove of McMorrow into center field. Ulmer will round third. Hills score, and it's 8-0 Quakers.
So Nick Tedesco came into this weekend. I'm not sure if he played yesterday, but 2 for 2 prior to yesterday's game. Now 3 for 3 on the season with an RBI there. Now, I give him the hit. I think he would have beat that one out. That was a slow rolling grounder to shortstop.
I think in that scenario what we have, and people may be watching and live or watching as they see it later on in the week, I would score that a hit and an error, because I feel like if he makes the play and the ball, Ulmer doesn't score. Now, probably doesn't get Tedesco at first, but Ulmer also doesn't score if that ball stays on the infield.
That is a wise call.
That may be the first time ever somebody has possibly referred to me as wise during a broadcast.
20 years or so in, you should get a compliment like that every once in a while.
You're just a very kind individual. Cam Wright at the plate. Cam has got RBIs in both of his at-bats. One on a fielder's choice, one on a sacrifice. A nice breaking ball, but that apparently misses. Wright stepping out of that right-hander's batter's box, looks down at head coach Tyler Wisel, who celebrated his 35th birthday yesterday. Tedesco, certainly good speed over at first. Quakers up 8-0. Cam Wright asking for time. Puts the left foot out of the batter's box. Couple of practice swings. Climbs back in against Jaden Hunt. The next pitch, roller. That'll get into right field. That'll be a base hit. Tedesco will hold up at second, and the Quakers have a pair on.
Good day at the plate for Wright. He had RBIs his first 2 times up. RBI single in the first, sacrifice fly in the second, and here he reaches base on an opposite field single.
Now another pinch hitter situation. Colton Napier coming to the plate to hit for Brooks Bezzosi. Lifts on a fly into left field, and that'll fall in for a base hit. Tedesco will be held. Well, Colton Napier comes to the plate and he says, you know what? If I'm going to get a pinch hit, I'm going to rip. And back to the plate will come Jackson Norris, who doubled in his pinch hit at bat last time around for C.C. Carruthers.
Ended up getting picked off at second base.
The base is loaded with Quakers, and the first two pitches that Norris sees missing. 2-0. Hunt's next pitch to him, down low, ball 3.
We're trying to find Napier's varsity statistics.
I know he's been in a couple of times as a pinch runner, but that may be his first plate appearance of the year. And like I said, he goes up there ripping. The next pitch, ball 4, and the Quakers score another run.
All right. Colton Napier, before yesterday's game, 1 for 2 on the season, so 2 for 3.
Hey, 667's a pretty good average.
Absolutely. And I'll learn you some more at-bats, too, as the season goes on.
9-0 Quakers. Hunt, in his first inning of relief, will now face Jack Range. A breaking ball and a called strike. Jack today has reached and scored on a walk in the first inning, scored in the second inning, and flown out to center field. With Jack only being a sophomore, now he started last year as a freshman catcher. Probably the first time in his high school career he's had 4 at-bats in 4 innings. The next pitch, a called strike.
Yeah, these have been long innings for the Mustangs with errors and walks and hit by pitches.
The next pitch, and
Mitch Spinell saves that ball from going to the backstop. Went behind the batter and hit the umpire.
Yeah, it definitely hit something. I think the Claymont dugout is saying, did it hit his bat? It didn't sound like it hit a bat. It sounded more like it hit a helmet or a piece of equipment. The next pitch, that's high. So the count is full. Jack Range trying to put the Quakers up by double digits. Hunt coming, set, the 3-2 pitch, and Range fouls that straight back.
Good job to stay alive. I know his team's up 9-0, but he would like to instigate that mercy rule here, give him a 10-run lead heading into the
next pitch. High, ball 4. So Jack reaches for the third time and 4 at-bats, picks up an RBI as Cam Wright comes in to score. Colton Napier goes to third. Jackson Norris to second. And we'll see another pitching change. So we're going to take a 30-second timeout. We're in the 4th inning. New Philadelphia leading Claymont 10-0 with Big Z Sports.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Claymont Mustangs on to what will be their third pitcher of the afternoon. New Philadelphia leading this game 10-0 in the top of the 4th. Ethan Fair, who had been the catcher, will be the new pitcher.
Ethan Fair has pitched an inning so far this season. He struck out all 3 batters he faced in that inning. Gave up a run. But again, you're in a position where he's not a regular pitcher for them. You got a bunch of kids on these high school teams who have pitched at some point in their careers. They know how to throw the ball over the plate. And they're getting set for Sandy Valley in conference play next week. So they aren't going to run out some of their top pitchers here.
Well, and certainly while if you're Claymont and you're on the backside of this 10-0 score, you don't ever want to be in that situation. But you never know. You may end up having, at some point in time later in the season, a competitive game where you need somebody who can come in and throw a couple of innings, and this is an opportunity for Ethan Fair to get a little bit more warmed up should that situation present itself. And as Bill mentioned, when these changes were going on, the new catcher will be Brayson Gray, and I don't know what the Claymont school record is for number of different positions played in a game, but this becomes his 3rd, Bill.
Yeah, he's gone from third base to center field, and now catcher.
McBride hits it hard to third. The throw home in time. Now to first. They will not get the runner. So they do get the force out on Napier at the plate.
You can see Mullen, a smooth player there at third base. Heads up play to throw it home as well.
That will send Norris to third, Range to second, McBride to first. On the fielder's choice. That'll bring Owen Courtney to the plate, facing Fair. First pitch, a fastball and a called strike against Owen Courtney.
Courtney 2 for 3. A double, a single, a couple runs batted in.
Couple of runs scored. The next pitch, a breaking ball inside. Bases still loaded with Quakers, top of the 4th inning. New Philly in command, 10-0.
This is the 9th batter of the inning.
Courtney lifts that on a fly, deep to left center, and that ball's going to go all the way to the left center field wall. That should clear the bases, and it will, as Norris scores, Range scores, McBride scores, and the Quakers are now up 13-0 on the 3-run double off the bat of Owen Courtney.
That guy's a baseball player. You got a Subway player of the game, I imagine, in his past over pitching. I mean, you're 3 for 4 with a couple doubles and 5 runs batted in. You're a contender at the plate, too.
That'll bring Tanner Ulmer to the plate. Tanner's 4th at bat today. He walked and scored last inning, reached on an error, and popped out. The next pitch, the number 3 Claymont pitcher of the afternoon is Ethan Fair. Fair throwing pretty hard and staying relatively on the plate. Now that ball sails high as he gets the broadcaster's jinx. I say something positive, and he misses upstairs.
So this has been a long inning, and it actually started with Mr. Ulmer walking and then scoring a run.
I looked at my scorebook, and I forgot we were in the same inning. Fouls that one back.
They have batted around for the 2nd time today. Also did it in the 1st inning when they scored 4 runs.
Ulmer ready, the pitch, that's fouled off. But now to play, first base side, back behind the Quaker dugout.
Ethan Fair in there to throw strikes to get the Mustangs out of this game. And sometimes that can bite you, as Courtney's hit did there, but otherwise.
A breaking ball and a swing and a miss. But another big inning for New Philadelphia. They've got a double-digit lead as we head for the bottom of the fourth with Big Z and the sports voice of the Valley.
Okay, get this. Now at Wendy's, you get to go Biggie with new Biggie deals. That means going Biggie with the $4 Biggie Bites, Biggier with the $6 Biggie Bag, or Biggieist with an $8 Biggie Bundle. So now you can choose and customize your Biggie deal. As you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More Biggie options so you can get more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
The parts you're searching for with a complete in-store inventory updated regularly at DoverBreakInc.com. Safely shop and pay online and have your purchase delivered or pick it up at Dover Break, Route 250 in Strasburg, online at DoverBreakInc.com.
The New Philadelphia Quakers in command as they're leading Claymont 13-0.
6 runs that last inning. I think only 3 hits, 3 walks. Actually, I think 4 hits. Nick Tedesco had an RBI hit as well. And the one that will give him a hit and an error for the run to score. But, again, walks hurting the Mustangs. But also the Quakers delivering the big hits. Biggest one, Owen Courtney's 3-run double in that 4th inning. We've got 13-0. Scoreboard a little more merciful.
It has 12-0, but Bill and I have conferred, and one of the reasons we're confident we're accurate, Bill's got good penmanship. Me, in the scorebook, not so much, but 13-0 Quakers as Gray leads off against McBride.
I mean, this game is going just like New Philadelphia would have wanted. They got Cale McBride eating up a bunch of innings, and they got a bunch of guys getting chances to
get opportunities at the plate. Brayson Gray 0 for 1 so far, but the one at bat he had, he ripped it down the first base line. Cohen Winters made a good play on it for the Quakers. The next pitch, a big bouncer to short. Backhanded by Braylon McBride to throw to first base in time to get Gray down the first base line.
Nice stretch by Cohen Winters out there again. Again, he's been the defensive star. That play right there, but also his unassisted double play. You know, kind of saving a throw from the catcher from going into the outfield.
That'll bring the designated hitter, Cullen Akers, to the plate. Hits it into the dirt, down the first base line. McBride quickly fields, throws, and that's an error that allows Akers to reach. And really, that began as a good defensive play. McBride was quick to get to the ball, but then just kind of errantly threw it. Bill past the first baseman.
Still hasn't given up a hit in this game, though, to the Mustangs.
The right fielder, Tyson Herrig, to the plate. Walked in his opening at bat. Takes a big rip at that, did Herrig. Fouled it straight back to the screen.
Herrig batting .269 on the season.
Next pitch, inside for a ball.
Four walks, the only blemish on Cale McBride's outing today.
The next pitch, fouled. I don't know if he has the AMA stamp of approval, but I'm getting weather updates from Adam Saweski, and he says as long as we're headed home by 2:30, we should be in good shape from a rain perspective as Herrick swings and misses.
We have 13-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. I don't know, the scoreboard's not on the video broadcast, but they have it at 12 in the 5th, which is not quite right here in this game.
It's the reason he's a sports director. He's good on details. Jaden Hunt. He has played multiple positions today, including having pitched.
It's interesting. You look at the long innings that the Mustangs have pitched. You got Quaker players with 4 at-bats. This is just Jaden Hunt's second at-bat. Struck out the first time up. That's, of course, a testament to Cale McBride's outing here today. He hasn't given up a hit, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts.
Next pitch, line drive just off of brother Braylon McBride's glove and goes into left center field. So that becomes the first hit of the afternoon for the Mustangs.
Yeah, you can only see a kid's throwing a no-hitter before you jinx him into giving up a hit.
Good job, Hammerstrom. Want to bring Brady Fox to the plate. A swing and a miss. Fox in his only at-bat, as Bill was talking about. It's only the second time through the order for the Mustangs. He struck out against McBride. The 0-1 pitch, a little bit low for a ball. The Cavaliers are underway in Cleveland. Game 1 of their opening round NBA playoff series against the Toronto Raptors. That ball fouled off and out of play. I don't know how far the Cavs are going to go, and the Raptors are certainly not a soft opening round appointment, but with James Harden playing that point guard spot, I like the Cavs' chances in round number 1. We'll see after that.
I prefer the matchup with Detroit in the second round, should they win this one, compared to New York or Boston.
A called strike 3. So that will end the Claymont 4th inning. New Philadelphia heads toward the 5th and in command. The Quakers 13, Claymont scoreless with Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
You've got the goals, and Subway brings the power. Introducing new Protein Pockets, the ultimate grab-and-go win. A wheat tortilla loaded with hand-chopped veggies, bold sauces, and over 20 grams of protein, all for just $3.99. Choose your favorite powerhouse combination: Baja Chicken, Peppercorn Ranch Chicken, Italian Trio, or Turkey and Ham. Protein Pockets from your local Subway. Eat fresh, feel good.
Whether you're looking for a little extra income on the side or an exciting full-time career with endless potential for advancement, our local McDonald's has an opportunity for you. Flexible schedules, competitive pay, fun perks, and a supportive team environment are all part of the package. A job at McDonald's is one of a kind, just like you. Wherever you are in life, you can find a meaningful career at McDonald's, and it comes with a side of whatever makes you happy. Apply online at mcdonalds.com today.
We've arrived to the 5th inning, and if you're not familiar with the high school baseball or softball mercy rule, if the home team is trailing by 10 or more runs after their at bat in the 5th, then the game is over. And so the scenario is this: even if New Philadelphia doesn't score in this inning, Claymont will have to score 4 times to extend the game. For New Philadelphia here in the 5th, Cohen Winters to lead things off. Fair's first pitch to him, sailing high. Oh, no, a delayed call of a strike on Winters. Cohen today, 0 for 3. Has popped out a couple of times, struck out, and takes a big rip at that Ethan Fair offering and missing. So do you think the Cavs in the last week and a half or so of the season, that ball gets fouled, didn't necessarily make the world's biggest effort to get into third place, which would have led to a second-round matchup like you're talking about against the Knicks or the Celtics?
Yeah, I think they probably tried to avoid Boston and New York. Hey, Quaker softball fans, when they're done watching this game, they can tune in to Big Z Sports on the YouTube channel for the replay of the Quaker Tusky Valley game.
Swing and a miss by Winters.
Spoiler alert. I mean, you want to watch that without a spoiler, turn your volume down now. It was the Tusky Valley Trojans defeating New Philadelphia in softball. 5-1, your final score there.
There is some good, and Tedesco swinging and missing at that pitch. Some good high school softball. Did I hear you guys on Sports Talk? You like the way I'm getting in plugs for Sports Talk today. That there are 3 teams from the county ranked number 1 in the state in their respective statewide divisions?
That would be Dover, Strasburg. Now, Garraway might be 1 this week. I believe last week they were 2.
Bottom line is some good stuff. Now this New Philadelphia baseball team on the baseball side of it, they were ranked 4th in the state. Tedesco fouling off that pitch. Nick today is 1 for 2 with a run scored, giving Cainati a rest today, the normal second baseman. The next pitch down low.
Got a lot coming up next week on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel and at WJER.com.
The next pitch, they say no, he did not go.
Lots of softball Monday, Claymont at Sandy Valley. Wednesday, Tusky Valley at Garraway. Thursday, Dover, Strasburg.
The next pitch from fair line, drive, base hit into right field for Nick Tedesco.
Nick Tedesco is a hit machine. 4 for 4 on the season. Unless he had an at-bat yesterday that I'm missing in my statistics.
I do not believe Nick did, and Nick, honestly, and Nick would be the first to tell you this, when he came in as a defensive replacement, Nick kind of had a tough day defensively yesterday, so I'm sure it's good for him to get the start today, have a solid day in the field, and get a couple of base hits and score a run, and be on base all 4 times today.
Cam Wright having a good day, too. He's got 2 hits. 2 runs batted in, a sac fly in the second to go with his 2 singles.
Bears first offering to him down low for a ball. That ball chopped past Mullen down the left field line. That's a base hit. Tedesco will round second, get into third safely with a 1-out double off the bat of Cam Wright.
So let's see. Colton Napier back at the plate, getting another at-bat here in this contest.
He's 1 for 1 today, takes a called strike.
Has an RBI, and he's got a runner at third with 1 out. Good opportunity to pad his stats.
Ethan Fair comes set. Looks at Tedesco at third. The pitch outside and low for a ball. I mean, we are now easily past lunchtime, and one of the great Mustang fans, they've got a very good baseball and softball concession stand here in Yerkesville. This gentleman standing a swing and a miss by Napier. He's probably standing about 15 feet to my left. He's got, looks like those fancy nachos over there. Nachos, cheese, maybe some peppers. The 1-2 pitch, high ball 2.
They have the grill behind the concession stand. They're grilling hot dogs behind us. I think they've made enough. I don't smell it anymore, but early on that was a challenge to get through.
Oh, there's no doubt. But we are food warriors, no doubt about that. Now, should the weather cooperate, these same 2 schools will play a JV game after this contest. Ethan Fair coming set. breaking ball that did not break, and Ethan kind of smirks out there in front of the mound.
He understands what his job is. His job is to throw strikes to get this game over with. It's 13-0.
That pitch high and inside, so Napier, 2 at-bats, reaches both times, a single and a walk. The base is now loaded with Quakers. Colton to first, Cam Wright out at second, and Nick Tedesco at third, as Jackson Norris, probably, I'm assuming for the first time, we don't have this number in front of us, but the first time in his varsity career with 3 at-bats in a game. A swing and a miss. He has doubled and walked, picked up an RBI. First pitch a strike, the next pitch a called strike after the swinging strike.
This could be a huge moment for him with the bases loaded.
Fair, ready, the 0-2 pitch. Hit hard to third. Fielded, stepped on the bag. Another Quaker run to make it 14-0.
It's not a grand slam, but he did enough to get an RBI in that at-bat.
The other
you and I want to say it's 14-0. The scoreboard disagrees with us right now.
And Jackson Martini will get his first at-bat of the year.
There's a big difference when Jackson Martini walks to the plate. He seems like he's a head taller than everybody else who's been there before.
About 6'5". Pitch inside.
And he looked good yesterday on the mound, right?
He absolutely did. Scoreless baseball through 5 innings. Struck out 5. The 2-0 pitch, that's down low, ball 3, so.
Relatively speaking, everybody had the same strike zone in this game until Jackson Martini got to the plate.
Fair, ready. His next pitch, a swing and a miss. Coach Wisel may say, why were you swinging at 3-0? And Jackson thought, I may not get to bat again for 2 weeks. The next pitch, fouled into the dirt. Like so many of the athletes at every school, Jackson's very good. Basketball, baseball. His mom, Crystal, was an outstanding girls basketball player at New Philadelphia.
He's getting the wind into left field right now.
The count full on Martini. Fair looks back at second. The 3-2 pitch, a called strike 3. And that will end the inning, but the Quakers score one more. We head for the bottom of the 5th. It's New Philadelphia leading Claymont 14-0.
Ever get a free quote that costs you $100 or a limited time offer that actually doesn't end? Here at Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, we skip the drama. No hidden fees, no fine print. Just honest folks helping you find the right HVAC system. So if you're in need of information for a new furnace, AC, or HVAC product, call me, Diana, at Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, your local trained comfort specialist in downtown Dover, 330-343-5511. Available 24/7 since 1981.
This is Nathan Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Contact us today for all your auto, home, farm, and commercial insurance needs. We're proud to have been your local hometown agents for over 35 years and look forward to helping you see the difference local agents can make for you. Kemp Insurance on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia.
This is Don Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Whether it's repair work from a fender bender, the after effects of a powerful storm, or a life-changing moment like a house fire, Kemp Insurance is here to provide unmatched customer service. Kemp Insurance, your local hometown agents for over 35 years.
The bottom of the 5th inning about to unfold at Claymont High School, New Philadelphia, leading Claymont 14-0 on what is about to become New Philadelphia 9th-year head coach Tyler Wisel's 100th career victory as Quaker head coach. Cale McBride's day is done. And New Philadelphia's #1, as they say in the pitching world, Owen Courtney on in relief.
Great day by Cale McBride, and he ended it on a strikeout, his 5th of the game in 4 innings. Just gave up 1 hit, 4 walks, no runs.
So for the homestanding Mustangs, it'll be 1, 2, and 3 in Logan Addison's lineup. Nolan McMorrow, who began the day as the Mustangs pitcher. Courtney checks in with Tanner Ulmer. First pitch downstairs for a ball. And again, based on the run rule in high school baseball, unless Claymont scores 5 runs here in the bottom of the 5th, the game will come to a close. The 1-0 from Courtney fouled straight back. And certainly, when you compare Owen to Cale McBride, two totally different styles of pitchers. McBride will throw a lot of off-speed stuff. And Owen, not that he can't throw a breaking ball, but he'll come right at you quite often. The next pitch, called strike on the inside corner. McMorrow today, 0 for 1. Popped out to the pitcher in his first at-bat and walked in his second at-bat. The next pitch, a swing and a miss. So Courtney wastes no time. And certainly one of the things they want to see out of Owen is not throwing a lot of pitches, because more than likely he'll start Tuesday against Mansfield Senior.
Just going through my stats, you said the Mustangs have to score 5 runs to keep this game alive. Courtney's given up 2 runs all season.
Mullen swinging and missing.
At least prior to yesterday's
No,
contest.
and he did not pitch yesterday, so. The 0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss as Courtney comes out just throwing smoke. I'm sure perhaps Coach Wisel said, let's not mess around, throw strikes, make them hit the ball. The 0-2, a called strike 3.
And it's probably good practice in relief for Courtney to get some, because you never know how games are going to go in regular season conference action or in the tournament, which a 10-1 team should be expected to make a deep run.
Well, he's come in, he struck out the first 2 batters and thrown a grand total of 7 pitches. Nate Downing fouls the first one into the glove of catcher Tanner Ulmer. Claymont down to their final 2 strikes. The next pitch, a breaking ball, and they say that was a little bit low, and the Quaker dugout expressing not a lot, but some displeasure at that call.
There's some whoops in there.
That's much more accurate as compared to what I said. The 1-1 pitch, that ball lifted into short center field. That'll fall in for a base hit. Braylon McBride was tracking it with the wind blowing it and him backpedaling. Couldn't quite get to it. So after the first 2 Mustangs struck out, Downing a base hit. And that'll bring the young man who began the game as the Mustangs catcher, now the pitcher, to the plate, Ethan Fair.
Just the second hit today for Claymont.
Courtney's first pitch to him, a called strike, and Fair steps out of that right-handed batter's box, knocks some dirt off his cleats, climbs back in. Courtney ready. And his 0-1, perhaps a little bit inside, 1-1.
Oh, you got a strike in there.
Wow, I didn't see a hand signal. So 0-2. Courtney ready. The pitch. A swing and a miss. And New Philadelphia goes on the road for a big win today as they knock off Claymont 14-0. The post-game show brought to you by Dumont starts next with Big Z and the sports voice of the Valley.
Stepping Stone Crafts and More, located on Macaulay Drive in Uricksville, has everything you need to decorate your home or office for any season throughout the year. Stepping Stone is filled wall to wall with handmade crafts, candles, and more. Plus, when the weather gets better, Stepping Stone expands their selection with a variety of outdoor decor. To see all they offer, stop by 1745 Water Street in Uricksville or find Stepping Stone Crafts and More on Facebook. Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what you need, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
H&M Collision is conveniently located just off the boulevard in Dover and invites you to experience their unmatched customer service the next time you're in need of collision repair. H&M Collision will offer the highest standards in the industry using state-of-the-art equipment to complete each repair by the book, never compromising on quality and keeping your safety and satisfaction their top priority. When you need premium auto body services, trust H&M Collision or you're treated like family.
Feeling uneasy about your finances? Your credit union can help. I'm Katie Steinebry, a certified financial counselor at Dover Philly, and I can help you get back on track financially. Whether you are trying to establish a budget or rebuild credit, I can help. All discussions are confidential and free of charge with your credit union membership. Call Dover Philly today at 330-364-8874 and ask for Katie. At Dover Philly Federal Credit Union, we're people helping people. It's how we thrive together. Join us today. Federally insured by NCUA.
If you're planning a major concrete project, you need the help of Stocker Concrete Company. From precast concrete products to ready-mix concrete, sand, gravel, limestone, and concrete block, the professionals at Stocker Concrete can help you get started and keep you on the path to completion using the best materials you can find. Stocker Concrete is the concrete material provider you can count on. See them at 7574 Route 36, Janaden-Hutton, or call 740-254-4626.
Cush Financial Group has been proudly serving the community's financial needs for over 35 years. The team at Cush Financial follows an industry-leading service model with a unique approach and fiduciary responsibilities associated with their board-certified financial planner. With over 75 years of combined experience, the advisors at Cush Financial Group are here to help you achieve your financial goals. Contact their office at 330-308-8700 or visit their website at cushfinancial.com to see about scheduling your free consultation today. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Independence Capital Company Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC.
You've got the Dumont Sporting Goods post-game show. New Philadelphia knocking off rival Claymont today, 14-0 in non-conference action at Claymont's Fields. I'm Bill Morgan with Bill Hammerstrom. The Quakers with the victory, improved in 10-1 on the year. Claymont with the loss, slipping to 5-7 on the campaign. Congratulations during this Dumont Sporting Goods post-game show to our Subway player of the game. New Philadelphia's Owen Courtney. Courtney today went 3 for 4 at the plate, scored 2 runs, and drove in 6 in the New Philadelphia big victory today here over Claymont. And happy as a part of our Dumont Sporting Goods post-game show here on Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley, to be joined by Quaker head coach Tyler Wisel. And Coach, we talked during our pregame conversation about the need to bounce back after the tough loss on Friday, and certainly your guys did that almost right away today.
Yeah, it was a great bounce back day for us. You know, we've talked before, the hardest thing to do is come back after a tough one like that, you know, losing in 9 innings. But we bounced back really well today. We swung it really well, and Cale McBride was great in the mound. Gave up 1 hit through 4, and OC finished her off.
Coach, when we talk about what the team accomplished both offensively and from the pitching perspective, one of the things you talked about was the need in our pregame conversation to kind of keep the hammer down. You scored 7 runs in the first 2 innings, didn't get anything in the third, then had an explosive third inning, kind of keeping that accelerator down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, crooked numbers play, and especially in days like today where we need to bounce back, we need to have that feeling that we're driving the baseball. And, we did a lot of great things. We moved the baseball extremely well. We ran the basics extremely well, and we took our chances like we normally do. And, like you said, we kept the hammer down.
The Dumont Sporting Goods post-game show continuing, and you're not getting out of here without me asking you about this, so too bad even if you wanted me not to. Coach, today your 100th victory as a Quaker head baseball coach. I guess what goes through your mind when you think about that significant number?
Man, a lot of things. Like, started off rough here in my career, and, we through the years, this is year 9, and take out the COVID year, 8 years of coaching, and we built something really special here, and it's a great community. It's great leadership in the admin, and it's great people in all the schools around us, and great fans, and we're building something special here, and it's exciting to see where we were our first year. I was talking to my dad last night, and my first year we started off 0-10. I don't think I slept for the first 3 weeks of the season that year, but we've done a lot of special things here. The field's moving in the right direction. Kelly Ricklick and company just doing great things there. Making it a great environment to play baseball, and we got some great athletes that roll through here, and I'm just blessed to be a part of this community and part of this program.
Coach, I know New Philadelphia is happy to have you, and by the way, you can't see this on a video stream or anything, but it's a big day when you're interviewing Coach in the postgame, and his mom's here taking a picture. So there you have it. You're going to have to live into the 100th win thing, Coach,
absolutely,
whether you like it or not.
Absolutely. My family's my biggest supporters. Sloan and my wife are here, my mom and dad. Great baseball fans. My mom's super competitive. That's where I get it from. So it's great for them. I'm glad they're here to see this. So,
Coach, congratulations on the big win. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
It is New Philadelphia head coach Tyler Wisel, his team, a big winner today as they knock off Claymont. You've been listening to our Dumont Sporting Goods post-game show. Bill Morgan with Bill Hammerstrom, all right here. Thanks so much for viewing with Big Z Sports.
At Hartson's Quality Housing, we believe a home is where families grow, memories are made, and futures are built. For 47 years, we've stood by the values that matter most: honesty, trust, and a commitment to our community. Our goal is to provide affordable, reliable housing solutions. We don't just build homes, we invest in the future by supporting local student athletes and the schools that shape tomorrow's leaders. Whether it's on the field or in the classroom, we're proud to stand with our youth and the families who cheer them on. Hartson's Quality Housing, built on trust, committed to community.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust the team at Grandview Exterior Systems. Established in 2016, they specialize in commercial, industrial, and residential roofing, handling everything from repairs and replacements to full restorations and ongoing maintenance. At Grandview Exterior Systems, their mission is simple: create peace of mind for every client while setting the standard for safety, quality, and efficiency in construction. Visit them at 2230 Township Road 415 in Dundee. Call 330-275-1807 or learn more at GrandviewExteriorSystems.com. Grandview Exterior Systems. They have you and your roof covered.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at PacDrilling.com.
If there's a new driver in the house, the East Central Ohio Educational Service Center is ready to help them hit the road with confidence. Through the Drive to Succeed Scholarship, eligible Ohio teens under 21 may qualify for funding to cover driver education, making it easier to get started. With flexible online learning and in-car training options, ECO ESC Driver Services helps students build skills for the road and beyond. Don't wait. Start driving toward your future today. To learn more or apply, visit drivetosucceed.org or contact Trudy Lewis at trudy.lewis@ECOESC.org.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. The past 30 years, the residents in and around the Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff of McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of those communities, there is nothing better than high school sports. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty, 330-364-SOLD, or find us online at McInturfRealty.net.
Every game begins with a spark. Athletes stepping onto the court, families filling the stands, and communities coming together. At Niedenthal & Company, their belief is that this spirit is what makes our communities such special places to live and grow. To all athletes in Tuscarawas, Holmes, Wayne, and Stark counties, your dedication inspires us all. Keep pushing, keep believing, and know your communities are behind you every step of the way. Niedenthal & Company wishes all athletes competing the best of luck this season.
Welcome back into our Dumont Sporting Goods post-game show. New Philadelphia knocking off Claymont, a JV game to follow if they can get it in the rain. Bill Morgan along with Bill Hammerstrom. Bill, I guess when you, obviously not a good day for the Mustangs. They'll rebound, no doubt about that, under head coach Logan Addison. What did you like the most, or what jumped out to your attention most about the winning Quakers today?
I think you got to start with their response to losing their first game yesterday. They came out fast. They ran the bases. They took advantage of mistakes, and they never stopped. I mean, they never stopped hitting. You mentioned that after yesterday they wanted to close out a game. Well, they closed out the game with a 6-run fourth inning there, and then they put another run on the board in the fifth. So I think the attitude, the comeback from their first loss, what do they say? They are who we thought they were. They are a team that can win 14-0, that was 9-0 before just a couple of bad innings yesterday. So just impressive with the way they came back after yesterday's loss, starting, even on the mound with Cale McBride, and then, your leader, your Subway player of the game, Owen Courtney. So those guys leading the way for the Quakers today and rebounding from yesterday's loss.
The Quakers picking up their 10th win of the season in only 11 games, and Coach Tyler Wisel's team will be back at it Tuesday, back into OCC play as they take on Mansfield Senior. My thanks this afternoon to our color analyst, Bill Hammerstrom, and our great team from Claxon Communications. By the way, did you know that our Claxon Communications guys, not that Jacob and Drew aren't always focused, but I think they were as focused here in the Dumont's postgame show at getting cake as they were on broadcasting the game.
And who can blame them? I mean, happy birthday to Coach Tyler Wisel, and we all get to benefit with this cake that got to give you some credit for driving it in this morning.
I did my very best. We were ready to give the cake to Coach yesterday, which was his actual birthday, but not really a celebratory day, if you will. But today it is, so congratulations to Tyler Wisel and the Quakers. And again, thanks to Drew and Jacob from Claxon Communications. Most of all, thank you for watching and listening today. I'm Bill Morgan, and I'll see you at a game.
Thanks for watching this Claxon Communications production of High School Sports on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. For the latest news and scores, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter at @Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. Don't miss any of the live stream coverage all season long by simply subscribing for free to Big Z Sports on our YouTube channel. For the best in high school sports coverage, there is only one Big Z Sports.